Hello and welcome to BIS Talks. Today we are talking about the role of Bureau of Indian Standards in transforming country's service industry through standardization of services and how these formulated standards help various services modulate their functioning and ultimately keep the users of the services happy and satisfied. So let's figure out how it works at BIS. The importance of standardization is one of the key elements in quality of infrastructure of the country. The need for standards to be positioned as a key facilitator of all economic activities. The importance of developing a comprehensive ecosystem for standards development in India by adopting the best international practices and creating a response mechanism to meet the standardization challenges. Service sector departments are forming standards on services which aim in providing better services. Various benefits gained from standardization of services are improved contractual relationships, more able to compare different service offers or providers, increased market share, increased profitability, ability to export services, improved service quality to customers, improved customer satisfaction, more transparency. You see, we have all sorts of services in India for which BIS formulates various standards which is adopted by the organization to deliver the world-class services to their customers. And some of these are banking and financial services, educational services, tourism services, accounting services, environmental services, communication services, IT services, health, fitness and sports services, medical value travel services, business services, transport and logistics services, etc. We avail all these services in our day-to-day lives, and yet without much thinking that what all goes into making of these taken for granted standards that make these services smooth and trustworthy. In fact, BIS standards lay out a self-agreeable and documented parameters that make services safe, reliable and consistent. So we have two departments handling different services, SSD1 and SSD2. Let's meet Mr. Sanjay Goswami, Scientist F and Head, SSD1.
Service sector standardization is an important area and is need of the hour for India considering its vast potential and significant contribution to the nation's economy. The inculcation of service aspects in products by way of servitization have impacted the way of doing businesses in a huge way. And service industry as a whole in itself is set to grow at an enormous rate in the future. Services are today the fastest growing component of the global economy and play a substantial role in world trade. Global developments in technology, emergence of the collaborative economy and the new business models have facilitated faster and efficient service delivery, transgressing borders, providing opportunities like never before. Traditionally, standardization has mainly been associated with goods. Indian product standards have largely contributed to the integration of the goods market over the past 7 decades. The number of Indian standards in the area of services as well as the number of service sectors finding in standardization a strategic tool has increased in recent years. Nevertheless, their number is still small in comparison to the total number of Indian standards and the economic importance of the service sector in India. In this context, the Government of India has identified 12 champion services sectors for focused attention so as to realize their full potential. The Indian National Strategy for Standardization (INSS), brought out by the Department of Commerce, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, acknowledges importance of standardization as one of the key elements of the quality infrastructure of the country, need for standards to be positioned as a key facilitator of all economic activities, and importance of developing a comprehensive ecosystem for standards development in India by adopting the best international practices and creating a response mechanism to meet the standardization challenges. The INSS addresses the 4 broad pillars of the quality ecosystem. They are standards development, conformity assessment and accreditation, technical regulation and SPS measures, awareness and education. INSS determines the critical role of each pillar and sets goal thereunder. The goal 7 of the pillar standards development of INSS is on development of service sector standards. Considering that the services account for a major share in the Indian and global economy, this goal 7 stresses that there is an urgent need to develop standards on services, as it is expected that through standardization, similar services with different characteristics and structures become comparable. The standardization of services would also promote reliability, transparency, effectiveness, trust, and improved economic efficiency. INSS has mandated BIS for preparation of standards in the 12 champion services sectors. Considering this and to give due importance to the services sector, the Standards Advisory Committee created the Services Sector Division Council in the field of service sector as the 15th Division Council. This Division Council is functional since 2020. Services Sector Division Council is engaged in standardization in the services sectors, primarily the 12 champion services sectors, through various sectional committees. The scope of Services Sector Division Council covers formulation of standards on service sector, including the banking and financial services, education services, tourism services, accounting services, legal services, environmental services, construction services, IT services, health related and social services, business services, and logistics services, and any other related services. The Council also coordinates with concerned international technical committees of International Organization of Standardization. So far, 19 sectional committees have been established under SSDC. 58 published standards exist under SSDC. One of these sectional committees, the Basic Standards on Services Sectional Committee SSD 19, is for formulation of generic standards on services. Its scope covers formulation of basic and generic Indian standards on terminology, classification, human skills, contracts, agreement, delivery modes, monitoring, analytics, security, customer expectation, measurements, and other related aspects. The other 18 sectional committees established under the SSDC are engaged in standardization work in various champion services sectors. It is important to note that the services are highly regulated and standards for services are usually set through domestic regulations, legal framework, rules, etc. that generally set the contours of standards in services. However, there is still scope for standardization in various aspects of services, and the prime task of this Division Council is to identify the gap areas in already existing regulations, standards, guidelines, and to come out with a strategy for development of standards that are complementary to the existing ones, so as to create a quality ecosystem, avoiding any conflict with existing regulations, standards, and guidelines.
Standard and regulation are different terms but interrelated. Standard is a technical document detailing the criteria necessary to ensure that a material, product, process, or the service is fit for the purpose it is intended for. A standard describes the feature of a product, process, service, interface, or the material. Standards are the structured document containing information such as definitions, terms, specifications of design and construction, detailing of procedures, performance criteria against which a product, process, service, etc. can be measured. Technically, a standard is a document established by consensus and approved by the recognized standardization body such as Bureau of Indian Standards. Whereas the technical regulation is issued by the government that provides technical requirements which may either directly or by referring to or incorporating the content of a standard. The regulation may also include or deal exclusively with the terminology, symbols and packing, marking or labeling requirements as they apply to the product, process, services, or production method. Therefore, a technical regulation may supplement by the technical requirement of a standard that outlines some means of compliance with the requirement of the regulation. The technical regulation has a different implication for international trade. If an imported product does not fulfill the requirement of a technical regulation, it will not be allowed to be put on sale. In case of standards, a non-complying imported product will be allowed in the market, but then their market share may be affected if consumers prefer products that meets local standards such as the quality or the color standards for these textile and clothing. Broadly, the difference between a standard and a technical regulation lies in compliance. While the conformity with the standard is voluntary, technical regulations are mandatory by nature.
Talking about formations of standards and BIS work in various service sectors, let's now look into the work being done in the 12 champion service sectors. Transport and logistics services. Considering importance of transport and logistics sector, the standardization in services provide common platform to the service providers to deliver and maintain minimum standards of quality of services. To cater to this sector, there are two sectional committees, namely Transport Services Sectional Committee SSD1, standardization in the field of transport services by road, sea, air and rail, including security, safety of passengers and goods and other related services. Supply Chain Management Sectional Committee SSD18, standardization in the field of services related to procurement, storage flow of goods and services including inventory and warehouse management, packaging material handling and other related services. Tourism and Hospitality Services. Under this sector we have Travel, Tourism and Hospitality Services Sectional Committee SSD2. Its scope is standardization in the area of travel, tourism, hospitality and related services, that is diving services, health tourism, tourist information and reception services at tourist information offices, golf services, beaches, natural protected areas, adventure tourism, yacht harbors, coastal tourism, environmental friendly accommodation, establishments and rural tourism.
One of the important standard in tourism sector is ISO 21101. It is a requirement standard for adventure tourism safety management systems. This standard gives adventure tourism activity providers a way to put in place a safety management system, ensuring participants have a great experience. This standard enables and encourages adventure tourism operator to analyze their adventure tourism activities, understand participants' requirements, define the processes that ensure safety of participant as well as staff, and keep these processes under control. This standard can be used by all types and sizes of providers operating in different geographic, cultural and social environments. Another standard of relevance in tourism sector is IS 16317. This standard establishes minimum quality requirements for services provided by tourist information offices of any type and size in order to satisfy visitors' expectations. Tourist information offices can be publicly or privately operated. This standard specifies several parameters such as resources, service provision with respect to reception of visitors, provision of information, commercial activities, statistics, and so on. This standard also recommends that tourist officers should assist those with disabilities get the most out of their visit by providing a list of best accessible hotels, activities, and adapted transport. Then we have another standard, IS 16312, which is for information of participants regarding adventure tourism. This standard specifies minimum information to be communicated to participants and potential participants before, during, and after adventure tourism activities to ensure safety. This standard also covers general requirements for information related to contractual aspects of services. The standard emphasizes that adventure tourism activity providers need to consider communication risk, for example, language differences that might cause people to interpret information incorrectly. They also need to communicate about the inherent risk in the adventure activities and also the information that participants need to submit to the provider. Provision of accurate information for participants in conformance with this standard will help participants and potential participants make informed choices about activities at any point of time, be it booking, during and after the activity. This information ensures that participants understand the risk and can be prepared in order to mitigate the risk of harm to people and damage to the equipment.
Now we will talk about banking and financial services. BIS has formulated many standards in the sector through its Banking and Financial Services Sectional Committee SSD3 to formulate Indian standards on banking and other financial services, including standards on quality assurance requirements for these services.
SSD3 being the National Mirror Committee of ISO TC 68, which is the Technical Committee of ISO on Financial Services, undertakes harmonization of standards with the ISO standards relevant to Indian financial services sector. One of the important standards is ISO 13616 on International Bank Account Number, in short IBAN. It comes in two parts. The part 1 specifies the elements of IBAN and provide means by which financial institutions and their customers can exchange and verify customer account identification details. The IBAN consists of the country code, check digits and the basic bank account number called the BBAN, which shall have one fixed length per country and also include a bank identifier in it. The financial institutions can apply their IBAN format for inclusion in the ISO IBAN registry, which includes name of the country, country code, example of a domestic account number, structure and length of BBAN and IBAN, and contact details of the financial institution. The Part 2 of standard describes the registration authority responsible for the registry of IBAN formats, the procedures for registering and structure of the registry. Then there is also a standard on International Securities Identification Numbering, or in short ISIN, which is IS 15415. This standard provides a uniform structure for the identification of securities and financial instruments using a unique identification number and associated minimum descriptive data. It is important for a uniform understanding about the product in the market. ISIN basically consists of the country code, a basic 9-character alphanumeric number, and a check digit. It also lays down the principles for allocating ISIN to financial instruments. Like in case of equities, debt instruments, entitlements, and structured products, the ISIN is allocated when the financial instrument is negotiable. For derivatives, it is allocated to those instruments that are traded in their own right, regardless of whether or not the underlying instrument may have been assigned an ISIN, and so on. Talking about the mobile financial services, or MFS, which basically includes services such as mobile-enabled payment systems and mobile banking, standards provide a catalyst for refining and improving the experience of the end user and addresses security issues too. Indian standards for MFS include ISO 12812 series with parts 1 to 5. Part 1 of the series defines the general framework, common definitions, different types of services, including mobile proximate payments, mobile remote payments, and mobile banking. And it also talks about supporting technologies and stakeholders. Part 2 of the series describes and specifies a framework for the management of the security of MFS, covering general model for design of security policy, minimum set of security parameters, recommended cryptographic protocols and mechanisms, and also interoperability issues. Part 3 specifies the interoperable lifecycle management of applications used, which covers authentication, banking and payment applications, as well as credentials. The Part 4 of series provides comprehensive requirements and recommendations, as well as specific use cases for implementation of interoperable mobile payments to persons. And Part 5 focuses on mechanisms by which a person, which may be a consumer, a payer, or a business, uses a mobile device to initiate a payment to a business entity, that is a merchant or a payee, that is mobile payments to businesses.
Education services. Under this sector, we have Higher Education Skill Development and Related Services Sectional Committee SSD4. Standardization in the field of services offered by higher educational services providers and skill development service providers, including the integration of information, learning, vocational and professional education and training with a view to disseminate its knowledge and promote its application. Formal and informal training centers, coachings and tuition services provided by individuals or organizations. Services provided for school education are excluded. Accommodation services management systems for educational organizations and related services.
ISO 21001 specifies requirements for a management system for education organization when such an organization needs to demonstrate its ability to support the acquisition and development of competence through teaching, learning or research, and aims to enhance satisfaction of learners, other beneficiaries and staff through effective application of its educational organization management system, including processes for improvement of the system and assurance of conformity to the requirements of learners and other beneficiaries. Some of the major requirements of ISO 21001 for establishing EOMS include understanding the needs and expectations of all interested parties and determining the scope of management system, developing and communicating organization's policy, setting objectives and planning how to achieve them, ensuring adequate resources for learners, teachers and other beneficiaries. All requirements of these standards are generic and intended to be applicable to any organization that uses a curriculum to support the development of competence through teaching, learning or research, regardless of the type, size or method of delivery. ISO 21001 can also be applied to education organizations within larger organizations whose core business is not education, such as professional training departments. Moreover, this standard does not apply to organizations that only produce or manufacture educational products.
School Education and Related Services Sectional Committee SSD 15. Standardization in the field of A. Services offered by school education services providers including accommodation services, canteen services, transport services, etc. B. Coaching and tuition services provided by individuals or organizations for school education. Services provided by preparing for higher educations are excluded. C. Literacy and D. Related services. Medical value travel services. The sector is covered by two sectional committees, Health, Fitness and Sports Services Sectional Committee SSD 5. Standardizations in the field of healthcare services offered by hospitals or nursing homes including OPT services, emergency services, ambulance services, medical laboratory services, telemedical services, etc. Also, standardizations in the field of services offered by yoga, fitness and sports services providers including recreational and exercise facilities, nutrition, coaching and training equipment assessments, administration and management of sports, teams, clubs, institutes and gymnasiums and other sports facilities. Medical value, travel services and wellness services Sectional Committee SSD 16. Standardizations of terminology and specifications of services offered by various service providers in the field of medical value travel services and wellness services.
One of the important standard in medical value travel and wellness sector is IS 17679, which is Service Requirement Standards for Wellness Spa. This standard defines, establishes and develops the quality requirements of wellness spa services which can be monitored. It also provides guidelines for the selection of the relevant measurement methods to ensure their effectiveness and adaptation. This standard stipulates several parameters such as facilities and equipment, staff requirements, good hygiene practices, and so on. This standard can be used by all types and sizes of wellness spa even if it is a part of another activity such as accommodation facility, fitness center, and hospitals. However, it does not apply to medical spa and thalassotherapy centers. This standard does not cover decisions that are related to medical professions, medical training or any religious aspects. This standard does not include any accommodation or food and beverage requirements.
Construction and related engineering services. This sector is under the purview of Construction and Related Engineering Services Sectional Committee SSD 6. Standardization in the field of services provided by construction and related engineering service providers with respect to the construction work for buildings and civil engineering, installations and assembly work, services related to pre-constructions, building completions and finishing works included architectural and engineering services and other related services including maintenance, renovation and restoration. Environmental services. Indian government has taken a number of initiatives to promote environmental related services in India. Government has made waste management a priority under several of its initiatives, including Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Smart Cities Mission, etc. Keeping all this in mind, Service Sector Department of BIS has created a committee named Environmental Services Sectional Committee SSD 7. The scope of this committee is standardization in the field of various environmental services, including sewage services, refuse disposal, sanitation and similar services, reducing emissions, noise abatement services, nature and landscape protection services, and other environmental services, including standardization in areas dealing with provisions of raw material and energy used to produce goods and services using verifiable and relevant criteria to ensure less stress on the environment by products and services. The Service Sector Division Council has formulated a sectional committee on public drinking water services SSD 14. The scope of the sectional committee is standardization in the field of services related to drinking water supply and other related services.
BIS has formulated IS 17482 Drinking Water Supply Management System requirements for piped drinking water supply service. This standard covers all the activities of water utility, starting from the intake of raw water from the source, treatment of water, transportation and storage of clean water in reservoirs, up till its distribution to the customer, and guides the water utility regarding the management system aspect at every step of the way. The salient points of the standard: identify a water source which is free from radioactivity and examine its water quality. The purification procedure shall be designed by the water utility based on the quality of source water. Transport the source water to the water treatment plant where it is protected from contamination. Treat the water in such a manner that the quality of treated water meets all parameters given in IS 10500. Release the treated water from treatment plant to clean storage water reservoirs having disinfection facilities to avoid contamination at any stage. Distribute the treated water to the consumers through pumping station or boosters to maintain adequate pressure during supply, taking care that the water is not contaminated in the process. Provide bulk meters at distribution system which may be utilized to conduct water audits to control water losses at the time of distribution of water. Establish proper policy and objectives for the water utilities for implementation to ensure desired results. The top management of the water utility shall suitably ensure compliance of quality of water and related services as per BIS standards.
Communication Services. Under this sector, we have Communication Services Sectional Committee SSD 8. Standardization in the field of communication services provided by professional individuals or organization to other organizations or common people through physical or electronic means for transfer of information through voice, data, text, sound and or image, including landline or mobile phone, internet or OTT services. Legal Services. Considering the globalization of legal services and to be at par with international practices, the standardization in this sector is handled by Legal Services Sectional Committee SSD 17. Standardization of terminology and specification of services offered by various services providers in the field of legal services. IT and IT-enabled services that use telecom networks or the internet, for example, remote maintenance, back office operations, data processing, call centers, business process outsourcing, etc. IT sector is attracting considerable interest not only as a vast market but also as potential production base by international companies. Electronic commerce or e-commerce is a business model that lets firms and individuals buy and sell things over the internet. E-commerce operates in all four segments, namely business to business, business to consumers, consumers to consumers, and consumers to business. Important examples include online shopping, e-ticketing, e-auctions, subscriptions, online services, etc. E-commerce, which can be conducted over computers, tablets, or smartphones, may be thought of like a digital version of mail order catalog shopping. Nearly every imaginable product and service is available through e-commerce transactions, including books, music, plane tickets, and financial services such as stock investing and online banking. As such, it is considered a very disruptive technology. To cater to the needs of this sector, we have IT and IT Enabled Services Sectional Committee SSD 10. Standardization in the field of IT service management and IT governance, processes supporting tools and supporting technologies for the engineering of software products and systems, including services that are delivered over telecom or data network to a range of external business areas like business processing outsourcing, customer services, web content development, IT help desk services, network consultancy, etc. Retail e-commerce and e-payment services Sectional Committee SSD 11.
The scope of Retail, e-commerce and e-payment service sectional committee, that is SSD 11, covers the standardization in the field of management of the services offered by retail, e-commerce and e-payment service providers to conduct business over the electronic network. In order to protect the India's point of view in the international forum, we are already in the process of coordinating with various international committees which are covering subjects like transaction assurance in e-commerce.
Accounting and Finance Services. To cater the needs of this sector, we have Accounting and Finance Services Sectional Committee SSD 12. Standardization in the field of accounting and financial services, which inter alia includes A. Accounting and auditing data, which covers the content specification as well as collection, pre-processing, management and analysis, techniques for the identification, communication, receipt, preparation and use of accounting and audit data. B. Financial services, which includes the security aspects, key infrastructure management, authentication technology, encryption algorithms, and classification of financial instruments. Audio-visual services. The sector has been identified as one of the champion sectors owing to its contribution and importance in the nation's economy. BIS has accordingly established a Media and Entertainment Services Sectional Committee SSD 13 for formulating standards in this sector. Standardization in the field of services provided by media and entertainment services providers offering services in the area of television, films, out of home, over the top, radio, animation and visual effects VFX, music, gaming, digital advertising, print media, live events and other related areas. Media and entertainment services may include motion picture and videotape productions and distribution services, motion picture projection, radio and television transmission services, sound recordings and other related services.
The audiovisual sector is very vast, and the Media and Entertainment Services Sectional Committee touches each and every aspect of the sector through its various subcommittees, dedicatedly working on each aspect. We have subcommittee on education and skill development, cinema services, television and OTT services, new media services, print media services, radio services, sound and music services, and advertising services, working towards formulation of standards for service and service quality as well as for service providers. The industry can benefit from these standards in achieving a level of quality of service and quality of experience that meets customer expectations and also compete at the global front.
Business services. Apart from champion services, BIS is also involved in standardization of other services. Business services are referred to as the activities that assist business yet to not deliver a tangible commodity. For instance, consultancy services, professional services, research and development, etc. are few of the names that support various other business services. Most of the businesses today are inclined towards such specialized business services. Their main characteristics include intangibility, inconsistency, inseparability, no inventory, heterogeneous, etc. For this sector, we have Business Services Sectional Committee SSD 9. Standardization in the field of business services, which may include services provided by individuals or organizations, including the service provisions, requirements, competency requirements, evaluation and comparability of service providers and organizations. Hope by now you may have discovered every layer of how BIS is playing a huge role in standardization of countries' various services. No doubt, for 12 champion sectors, it is a win-win situation for all, for industries, for their service users and country's economy as well. Serving the nation so wonderfully so that Indian can proudly walk shoulder to shoulder with global community.
Owing to the heterogeneous and intangible nature of services, standardization of services is a complicated task that also needs to be kept abreast with emerging innovative trends and business models of the service industry. Bureau of Indian Standards, in consultation with subject experts through its technical committees, has identified many such new emerging areas which have been taken up for standardization. Some of them are, for example, in the tourism and hospitality services sector, service requirements for hotels, good practices for sustainability in adventure tourism, in the medical value travel services, service requirements for medical tourism, in the financial services, insurance related standards, standards on offline payments, fintech, in the education services sector, language learning services, requirements for these services, learning services outside formal education, service requirements, for media and entertainment services, skill development, cinema theatre, generic service requirements for cinema theatres, exhibitions, shows, fairs and conventions, event management. In the legal services sector, customer engagement forms, vocabulary for legal services, then requirements for legal translation. In the accounting and finance services sector, audit data collection. In the other services, principles for collaborative business relationship management, market opinion and social research, including insights and data analytics, both the vocabulary and service requirements for these. Then online consumer reviews, their principles and requirements for collection, moderation and publication.
Emerging areas for standardization in the service sector are identified. I would like to share some of the important emerging areas identified in different sectors. In logistics services, the emerging areas like public road transport services, including security and safety of passengers, transportation of dangerous goods, movement of over-dimensioned cargo ODC, containerized cargo transportation, supply chain of onions are taken up for standardization. In the health, fitness and sports services, the emerging subjects like yoga training center, competency standards for yoga trainers, gym management system, sports related safety and the injury management and the playground management at schools are taken up for standardization. In IT and IT-enabled services, the emerging subjects like customer contact center, electronic consent managements are taken for standardization. In environmental sector, the emerging areas like environmental monitoring and assessment, environmental management are taken up for standardization.
For BIS Service Sector Department, it is indeed a journey to be proud of. If you wish to become a member of any technical committee and extend your valuable contributions to this national standardization effort, you may reach BIS website www.manakonline.in and submit your request on the standardization portal. And to know further, one needs to type www.manakonline.in. and go on exploring the BIS formulated service standards which are transforming India into global player.